Every time you admired your own reflection, it took something from you. A mirror appears out of nowhere, promising beauty beyond imagination, but it comes with a cost. Every glance, every smile, every moment of vanity feeds something inside, something patient, something hungry. Tonight, you'll meet Ilara, a young woman who couldn't resist the mirror's promise. But by the time she realizes its secret, it may already be too late. Stay with us, because what you see next might make you check your own reflection twice. Welcome back to Silent Scream, the place where the darkest stories come to life. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss the nightmares we uncover. Tonight, we're diving into The Mirror's Debt, a chilling story about beauty, temptation, and the price that comes with looking too closely. Get comfortable, turn off the lights, and keep watching, because the mirror is waiting, and it knows you're curious. The first time Ilara saw the mirror, it was in a dusty antique shop at the edge of town. Its frame was blackened, carved with twisting shapes that seemed alive, writhing when you weren't looking directly at them. A sign hung crookedly above it, quote, "Beauty has its price," unquote. Curiosity, as it always did, overpowered caution. She leaned close, brushing dust from the glass. The reflection staring back at her wasn't exactly her own. Her hair shimmered with a luster she had never seen. Her skin glowed like porcelain. Her eyes, deep, compelling, hypnotic, seemed to pull at something inside her. It felt good. It felt like power. A voice whispered, soft, almost approving, quote, "Every glance a gift, every gaze a debt," unquote. Ilara recoiled, thinking at the shopkeeper's hushed murmur, but the words sank into her like ice in water. She couldn't stop staring. And as the first shadows in the corner of the room bent toward her reflection, she realized she wasn't just looking at herself. Something else was watching back. Something patient. Something hungry. That night, she took the mirror home. And that's when the debt began. The mirror sat in her room like a silent judge. Ilara's friends noticed the change almost immediately. Her hair caught sunlight in impossible ways. Her smile drew compliments wherever she went. People lingered when she walked past. And yet at night, when the room grew quiet, Ilara could feel a prickling at the base of her neck, a whisper of movement in the glass, like tiny shadows swimming just out of focus. At first, she ignored it. "It's just my imagination," she told herself. But the mirror had a rhythm, a pull she could not resist. She would catch herself in the hallway, in the bathroom, in shop windows, any reflective surface. But it wasn't the reflection she craved. It was the mirror itself. The closer she pressed, the more her face seemed to perfect itself, smoothing out flaws she had always despised. Every smile, every tilt of her head made her feel alive, intoxicatingly alive. But it demanded something in return. She began losing time. Hours vanished between her brushing hair and studying the mirror. Her dreams turned thin and strange. In them, she saw versions of herself, pale and hollow, with shadows where eyes should have been. They whispered secrets she could almost understand, but the closer she tried to listen, the more they retreated. And the first night it spoke, she couldn't forget the cold, slithering voice that hissed just below her ear. "One glance is never enough. You owe me, little one." Ilara woke trembling. Her reflection lingered in the corner of her room even when the lights were on. Her hand reached toward it without thinking. When she touched the glass, it was ice, painful, sharp, unnatural. And she saw it then, the faint outline of something inside the mirror, a shape like her own, but wrong. Hollowed, starved, watching, waiting. Days passed. Her skin remained perfect, her hair glossy, and every compliment she received only strengthened the mirror's call. Yet each night, the shadows behind her reflection grew darker, twisting, trawling, circling. She couldn't tell if they were just shapes or memories or pieces of herself she had lost. Her friends began to notice changes beyond beauty. Ilara's laugh sometimes cut off mid-sentence. Her gaze drifted, distant. One afternoon, Mara, her closest friend, found her standing motionless before the mirror, lips moving silently. "Ilara?" she called. No response, just eyes, impossibly wide, unblinking, fixed on something Mara couldn't see. When she finally tore herself away, Mara gasped. Her friend's skin was still perfect, but the brightness in her eyes had gone, replaced with something cold. You're not yourself," Mara said. "I'm fine," Ilara whispered, voice tight, but the mirror had already reshaped her. By the end of the week, the whispers were constant. At first, they mimicked thoughts she had long forgotten. "You want this, don't you? You crave it. Don't fight." Then they became darker, crueler. "Give me more. Take it. Lose it. Pay it." She tried to resist, but the reflection's beauty was addictive, intoxicating. Each glance made her pulse spike, made the world feel sharper, brighter, more vivid, but left her emptier inside. Her mother noticed the change. "You're not sleeping," she said one night. "You barely eat." "I'm fine," Ilara lied. But in truth, she was terrified. She had begun noticing cracks in herself, literal and metaphorical. A finger missing a faint outline of bone in dreams, a shadow where her heartbeat should be, a hollow taste behind her teeth, and always the mirror waited, patient, unblinking, demanding its due. Then one night, she saw it. The reflection that was hers had moved independently. It smiled. Its eyes were bright, alive, but not like her own. Hunger gleamed there, a silent promise of what she had given away. And it spoke in her voice, soft, coaxing. "You can never leave me. You belong to me now." Ilara screamed. The glass shattered. Reflection flinched, but didn't disappear. Pieces of herself, memories, whispers, laughter, joy, spilled across the floor in tiny, shimmering shards. Pain like knives shot through her body, sharp and cold. She fell back, breathless, gasping. When she looked again, the mirror's surface had reformed, smooth, unbroken, waiting. Panic clawed at her. She tried throwing it outside, smashing it, even burning it. Every attempt failed. Somehow, always it returned. Always perfect, always watching. Weeks turned into months. Elara changed. Friends drifted away. Her own reflection no longer moved when she did. It stayed perfectly still, eternally beautiful, eternally hungry. She began talking to it, bargaining, pleading, promising herself, promising nothing. But the debt had grown too large. And then, one evening, she discovered the cost. She awoke to find herself in the mirror, her body gone, pale and hollow, screaming silently behind the glass. Outside, a new Elara gazed back at the world with flawless skin, bright hair, eyes that drew admiration. But something in that gaze was wrong. Something waiting. The mirror's debt had been paid in full. Now, the mirror sits in her room, silent, perfect, alluring. The new Elara touches her reflection, unaware of the hollow figure trapped behind the glass, whispering, "You will be mine soon, too." Each visitor who dares to look sees the impossible beauty, feels the intoxicating pull, but every smile, every glance, every flicker of vanity feeds the hunger inside. The shadows inside twist and grow. Elara's voice, trapped, joins the chorus, a warning unheeded. And in the corner of every polished surface, something watches, patient, hungry, waiting for the next debt to be claimed. The mirror's promise is eternal. Beauty comes at a price. Are you willing to pay it? If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Turn on notifications so you never miss a story that will keep you up at night. Comment below if you found a mirror like that. Would you dare look? And remember, some reflections are better left unseen. Until next time, keep your lights on and your mirrors closer.